Hello again, everyone. This is the Metaphysical Micto Griffin Red. And in this video, I'll be talking about Negroes that you need to avoid. In my opinion, this is a video that I needed to do, because I've talked about, a lot of other topics in my videos or whatever, but I never actually sat down and just put together a video of the types of Negroes that you need to avoid. I mean, I've always, have referenced, some of them in my previous videos, but this is going to be a list of them. And, hopefully you can, if you want, you can, download this video, keep it in your, on your hard drive or whatever. I don't know. I think this might be one of my classic videos because, you got a lot of YouTubers that have like classic, videos that they would consider classics. I think this one might be a classic for me. So without any further ado, here we go. Number one, ghetto hood niggas. This goes without explanation. If you have people or Negroes that had that hood mentality, these grimy dudes, just gutter as hell, the guys, no matter what you do for them, it's like they just cannot leave that ghetto mindset. They always in and out of jail. They staying in trouble. They just don't want nothing out of life or whatever. They don't want to travel nowhere. Those are the type of niggas you need to avoid because they're not going anywhere. They're gonna be right there in the ghetto, and they served you no purpose in your life, especially if you're trying to do better, bigger, and better things. Number two, pro-black, black separatists, and black supremacist Negroes. This goes without saying as well. Most of these pro-blacks and these black separatists and black supremacist groups, what function do they serve? Other than bullying black, basically, rank and file, upstanding black men about they not doing this for the community. You're not doing this. You're not, and it always goes back to the woman. You're not building the nation for your woman. You're not doing this for your woman. It's almost like it's like the plantation, what's the word I'm looking for? Setup or whatever. It's almost like these guys are like the slave catchers. It's almost like when a black man decides he wants to leave the matriarchal plantation or whatever, these pro-blacks try to shame him back on the community, back in the back on the plantation or whatever, saying, well, you got to help, uplift these kids and everything like that. Like it's your fault that this bitch is so violent and combative and everything. It's somehow your fault, even though you didn't date her, you didn't have any kids or whatever. It's somehow your fault, black man. These pro-black and these black separatist motherfuckers ain't shit because they serve no purpose. The black separatists want you to forego all your accomplishments in the alleged white man system to go and help build some pipe dream ass Wakanda with this, like I said, combative ass bitch who don't want you and made it clear for 400 years that she didn't want you, and then you got to build for her. No, fuck that. You live your life according to how you want to. And as I said before, pro-blacks, they serve no purpose. They serve no purpose for today. They don't. I know that I'm a black man, and I know America has not been kind to people who share my skin tone. I understand that. I know about my black history. I'm not denying my blackness. But you pro-black motherfuckers you just fucking useful idiots. And most of y'all are just jealous of black men that could get passports and everything like that. Notice how the most pro-blacks are broke-ass motherfuckers. Have you noticed that most of the pro-blacks you see are broke Negroes? A lot of them are just jealous, miserable-ass people, and you need to avoid them. Number three, simp Negroes. These are these punk-ass, spineless eunuchs who tell you you're never supposed to hit a female, even in self-defense. Avoid Negroes like this, because I don't care who it is. If somebody attacks you and puts your life in danger, you have the right to defend yourself. Don't let these niggas, because see, that mindset will get you killed out here. And a lot of these simps are pro-blacks. The black woman is God. We're not there because we don't have no empire, because we not worshiping the black woman. The black woman. The black woman. Notice it's never about uplifting a black man. It's about the damn goddamn black woman. Everything is about the damn black woman. They want you to be a work mule. And these simp-ass Negroes, if you hang around them, they will cause you to get killed. I can't stand these motherfuckers. They want to throw their cape on for for any type of black female, even if she's in the wrong. And niggas like that you need to fucking avoid. Number 4, plantation hive-minded Negroes. These are the Negroes that think that, everybody black got to do this, everybody black got to be so-called on code, or they taking your black card. You could take that black card, shove it up your ass. This is how I feel about these plantation-minded Negroes. Especially growing up, and even, when I used to, hang around, go to, black functions when I was a kid, I would tell them there was like certain types of dishes, like soul food dishes that I just don't like. I don't like banana pudding, like the desserts. I don't like apple pie. I don't like peach cobbler. I don't like banana pudding. And then when I try to tell them that, some old overbearing Keisha, whatever, will say, you just haven't had mine, or here, try mine, here, try this. I'm like, I don't like apple pie. I don't like peach cobbler. I just don't. I don't like banana pudding. Quit trying to make me eat this shit. I don't like what they call it. They call it dressing, but it's like turkey stuffing and stuff like that. I never liked that stuff. Even when I was a kid, I would eat the meat, the chicken and the turkey, and I would throw that dressing in the trash. I just never liked it. Or they say, well, you got to be so-called pro-black, and you got to be about your so-called Africanness, and you have to follow the tribe. You can't have your own independent mind. And Negroes like that, you need to stay as far away from them as possible. Don't even engage them. I don't even talk to niggas like that. If I see these dudes with the dashikis and the kufis and shit on, I don't even see them dudes. Oh, hey, my brother, hey, go on about your business, man. You have to get like that with these plantation hive-minded Negroes, because they don't want to see you rise higher than them. Leave that plantation and that hive as far away from you as possible. Number 5, dick policing Negroes. This goes without saying. These are these pro-black Negroes and, plantation-minded Negroes that feel that they have to tell you who you can and can't date or whatever. And it's almost like they have this obsession with wondering where you putting your dick at. What the hell is the problem with y'all, man? That's some creepy ass shit, if you ask me. You go out, black man, you go out here and you go out here, do what you want to do, go where you want to go, and love who you want to love. Fuck these people, because the niggas that's always policing Negroes, these dick policing and telling, and against so-called interracial dating or whatever for black men or whatever, is because they ain't got nobody. They want you to be with a black woman, and yet they don't have a black woman themselves. Or like Umar Gerbil Face Johnson, this motherfucker got multiple baby mamas, but want to sit up here and complain about black men dating other races of women. Fuck you, Umar Johnson. And fuck anybody that follow you. You need to build that goddamn school, you son of a bitch. Rule number 6, nothing to lose Negroes. These are the Negroes who it goes without saying, don't have no ambitions in life. Just violent as hell, that will kill you in the drop of a hat. Some of you, if you are Gen Xer like me, you remember the movie called Menace to Society, and that guy, his name is O-Dog, played by Lorenz Tate. Guys like that. You know, yes, it's a great movie, but I think you can learn a lot. You can learn some lessons out of that movie because that shit all caught up to him. I would never hang around a nigga like Old Dog. Now, mind you, Kane was no saint either, but a nigga like Old Dog, you can't have nobody like that around you because he'll have you in some shit. You know, he didn't have to kill that Korean cashier or whatever. You know, he didn't even have to kill that base head even after he offered to suck his dick or whatever. I mean, he should have knocked his ass out or something like that. Because I mean, hell no. But you didn't have to kill him. But in the end, Old Dog got what was coming to him. You see, he got arrested at the end. So just avoid dudes like that don't have nothing to lose and ain't scared of going to prison because you have too much to lose. Rule number 7, no sense of justice Negroes. These are the Negroes that will tell you if something happens to you that don't worry about it. Oh, well, let the Lord handle it, or it ain't worth going to get a lawyer. You don't want to go through all that or whatever because I can't get away from these niggas. Stay as far away from them as you can. I've heard stories of, there was this lady who had took a check that she had won at the casino to the bank, and the bank called the police on her and couldn't find it was legit, and her family actually advised her not to get a lawyer to sue. Make that shit make sense. Negroes that think like that, you get away from them and tell them to stay the fuck away from you. Anybody that tells you not to pursue, take a civil action against a police department or an organization that's done you gravely wrong, you get away from them. And I would go as far as, I would tell them, fuck you. Now get out of my face. Number 8, Bible thumping Negroes. These are your praise the Lord, let the Lord handle it. You need to come to our church and you need to speak in tongues, and those my type of motherfuckers that claim that you just living so sinful, but yet these people are doing worse than you. They the ones just fucking all the women in church, and how much scandals and drama and mess that be happening up in these nigga churches, but they want to tell you how to live your fucking life. Especially these so-called Keisha Bible thumping Negroes. They the worst. They overtalk you. They think they know every goddamn thing. You can't tell these Negroes nothing. These Bible thumpers. When they come to me with that praise the Lord shit, I'm like, hey, go on about your business, man. Go on about your business. Because when they greet you like that, they are part of that sanctified apostolic Pentecostal shit. And I made it up in my mind years ago, even as a kid, when I visited a church like that. I'm not about to be weeping and wailing and jerking and jumping around like a goddamn fool. I knew that shit wasn't in the Bible, and in the scriptures they use is taken out of context. Believe me on that. Number 9, passive anti-self-defense Negroes. These are like the Bible thumping Negroes who tell you it's wrong to have a gun or any type of weapon to defend yourself because they'll quote the scripture from Jesus where it says, "He who lives by the sword, die by the sword." You're not living by the sword by protecting your fucking family. So I'm telling you, go out there, get you a gun. If you don't believe in guns, there's plenty of carbon steel swords. They got medieval war hammers. They got a lot of stuff that you can use. A lot of melee weapons. I have a lot of melee weapons because those don't run out of bullets. Any nigga that tells you you can't take up like a self-defense class or whatever, get away from them niggas because they will get you killed. Rule number 10. Defeatist, poverty-loving Negroes. These are the Negroes that tell you, oh, well, the white man ain't gonna let you do this. The white man ain't gonna let you do that. Oh, well, you got you a job, but why can't you just be happy with that? You need to be happy with what you got, and you forgetting where you come from. And these niggas will never get nowhere in life. Niggas that say shit like that, they're gonna be right there in the fucking hood, in the projects. Because they themselves don't believe they could do anything, so they're gonna definitely tear you down. Get the hell away from them Negroes. Number 11, white racist apologists and coon Negroes. What more needs to be said? These are YouTubers and content creators, and you know some of them, who will make excuses for racist white people saying, well, if these niggas acting up, we can't, we don't want to make the white people mad, and saying that blacks are inferior and shit like that, and all types of, defending white racists and everything, saying, well, white people have a right to, to live and be amongst themselves, and we should be bothering them. Like, we don't bother them. You know what I mean? I hate it that these niggas, you got niggas like this that will coddle these racist whites. And that's the problem with a lot of these, with racist white folks. Y'all been coddled so much. And then you got coon ass niggas that'll be in their corner and sitting up here and saying all this bullshit. Your Jesse Lee Petersons, your James T. Manning of Atlas Worldwide. That is a pork chop, butter biscuit ass, coon ass nigga preacher. If you go to his sermon, go to some and listen to some of his sermons, I literally want to reach to the screen and choke the shit out of him. He is a piece of shit. Number 12, self-loathing Negroes. This goes back to the racist white apologists, the coon Negroes. These guys hate themselves. I remember when Tommy Sotomayor came on the scene, this guy, he was great. But then as the time went on, he started, having racist whites on his podcast, and saying shit like Jim Crow needs to come back, and all this other things and everything like that, and just all types of shit. And when you have people like that, they're self-loathing. Anytime they go out of their way to kiss this white man's ass, they are self-loathing. And you definitely need to stay the fuck away from them before you end up punching them in their fucking mouth. Now, I'm not sanctioning violence or whatever, but they will make you hit them. Number 13, begging ass Negroes. These are these panhandlers or just dudes that come to your house begging for something. Hey man, I need some 80 some cent, man. You got, man, get your ass on, man. Just niggas that come out, they always begging, they knocking on your door begging for something. Yeah, just don't, matter of fact, when I do that, I don't do favors. When I did my first apartment, I lived in the hood or whatever, and this woman tried to ask me to give her a ride somewhere. I told her no, I don't do that. Because if I know about it, gave her a ride, she would have kept coming back to me for more. So no, you stay away from them people. Parasitic Negroes. These are the people that like to use you. They always want to come around for something. Kind of like the begging ass Negroes. They always got some sad story and they need you to give you some money, or they they need a ride somewhere, or sometimes it be in your family. It's like they just take, and they never give. You avoid people like this. Negroes like this, definitely. Number 15, condescending, self-righteous baby boomer Negroes. These are definitely people that you need to avoid. I do so myself because I can't stand these Negroes. Especially they want to try to talk to you like you a child. They think they know everything, even when they fucking dead wrong. They want to tell you, oh, I don't want to hear what you got to say. You respect your elders and shit like that. I can't stand most of these baby boomer ass Negroes. They are the most narcissistic people, the most narcissistic generation, I think, in America. You can't tell these motherfuckers shit. They think they know everything. They don't know how to talk to you as a man or as an adult because they feel they older than you, so they think they know it all. And they don't. A lot of them don't know shit. Now, I'm not saying that all baby boomers are like this, but you got a lot of baby boomer Negroes that I can't stand. They want to talk down to you. They think they know everything. They want to tell you what you doing wrong and everything. I'm like, well, dude, what the fuck are you doing? You ain't got shit. And I can't stand that when you try to explain and they talk over you and get up in your face and stuff. That's why I don't fuck with them baby boomer Negroes. I would advise you to tread carefully when you're dealing with them. Very carefully. Number 16, non-ambitious Negroes. These are people, as I said, who have no ambition in life, no dreams, no passions or anything like that. All they want to do is, sit on their ass, smoke weed, or just pretty much do nothing in life. They want to come over, they want to chill, get drunk and high and shit like that. If they don't want to do anything with their life and maybe just pass through it or whatever, you got to get away from them. If you have, some aspirations or anything like that, you have to rid yourself of non-ambitious Negroes. So that concludes this video. I hope it was helpful. Leave some comments. Let me know what you think and everything. And stay tuned for the next video.